This semester, I believe Chen is going to teach the course, so he's going to give an introduction on that course. What he's expecting from you and standards and everything.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Troy. So since we only have 15 to 20 minutes to talk about that one, so let me go ahead and show the class website. Now it's online already. I just checked with James, so it's verification. Right. So when you visit your portal, the Titanium, most likely you'll see a list of courses, and for you, probably just two, 541 and 544. For me, this is the instructor's version, so you can see more than that. All right, but anyway, so some of you fall into the section 51, some of you will fall into the section 50, okay? But for me, to teach the class, it's much easier if I use only one section to post. Otherwise, because some of the files are very large, it takes up to 20 minutes to upload. I don't want to upload that twice. So anyway, so I move all of the 51 students to the section 50. That means I enroll you to the section 50. All right, so on your screen, you probably will see 3 courses, or even 4 if the package is also that's the same thing. Okay, you have section 51, section 50. All right. For example, if you are this section 51 student, and then you look at your registration record, you say, hey, I belong to that section 51. I click that one in. Well, over there, I do have announcement over here, right? Very important. Don't use this website. Use the section 50. All right. And at this point, I have moved everyone from section 50 to the section 51 to the section 50 already. But sometimes you never know. So if you have a hard time to access or to see section 50, you have to email me immediately. Okay. I do have the administrative right to enroll you directly to section 50. All right. Oh, by the way, you still need to register the class and pay for the class. Attending or has an access right to section 50 or 51 doesn't mean that you officially are registered. So that's university level type of regulation. You guys have to follow that. Anyway, so that's the section 51 to section 50 issues. All right, so let me back to the dashboard, and then we have section 50, right? So you can see that once you enter the section 50, I kind of labeled or arranged my class website into weeks. Okay, so you can see that I have week 1, the starting days on Mondays of August 22nd, and this is the things I plan you guys to do. That's week 1 activity, and then followed by week 2, kind of set a day already. There's another Monday there, and week 3, week 4. You can see that. On week 3, over there, we have Labor Day over there. Okay, so whenever you see the green boldface or kind of a bicep over there, I guess that's a good news. We have a day off there, right? And then week 4, week 5, all the way to week 10 and 11, all the way to week 16. Week 16 will be the final. Right? Anyway, so I try to populate all those empty spaces as soon as possible. Typically, I fill everything up, but because as Dr. Choi mentioned that this is my first time to teach 541, so I will need a little bit of time to fill everything up over there. Okay, anyway, so let's move back to the week 1. All right, so once you visit the week 1, you can see that I post the course syllabus already. And it turns out that the most important piece of information will be from this course syllabus, right? So I suggest you, first thing, you visit these things, you should download that one. Once you click, actually automatically download it for you already. All right. So once you download it and then open it up, you can see that that's the course syllabus. So allow me just to follow the line by line here so that we can make sure that we cover most of the important things. The course title, 541, Systems and Software Standards and Requirements for 2016. And then my name is Ning Chen, right? So that's the course title. And then I do have some of the prerequisites. All of you met the prerequisites already. And then we have the description of the class. And then later on you can see the my instructor information. Again, my name is Ning Chen, professor of the Computer Science Department. My office room is CS 546. So my office hours already Tuesday and Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Right. So and then or by appointments. I know that this particular 2 time slots may not be the most convenient time slots for you guys. Feel free to email me, and then we can find another time to talk. All right. And my email, nchen@fullerton.edu, the phone number over there. And typically an email preferred. Basically is, you can call me during the office hour, I will be there. Okay? But if you want to contact me, you can either leave the message on my phone or you can email. It turns out that in the past, people use the email, then we can arrange a particular time. To have this real-time conversation. All right. And then later on, you can see that we have, of course, the learning goals. Those are these things. You look at the title over here, you can see that the most important 2 terms in the title is standards and requirements. So those are the 2 main pieces we will learn in this class. And then another 2 other important terms will be system and software. In this class, because this is a software engineering course, so most of the time we kind of emphasize the software part, the portion. Okay? I don't think any of you coming from the hardware background, any of you have an E degree? No, okay. But anyway, systems typically includes that particular term includes the software, and the hardware, right? So anyway, all right. And the next item is the textbook or the material we use. You can see that we have 1 required textbook, software requirements from Microsoft Press 2013, 3rd edition, and that one is a requirement. So you must have it. It's much easier. Okay. How many of you actually got a textbook already? Okay, very good, very good. Okay. If you don't have it, I guess nowadays you can go to the Amazon.com, easily order one. Okay. All right, and then we have additional materials. And the good news is we don't have to pay anything for the additional materials. I will either provide a link or actually provide a copy, simply because in Cal State Fullerton we have a very good arrangement with all those big organizations. So we purchase the site access rights, something like that. For example, one important document we'll go through is IEEE STD A30-1998. The title for that one is IEEE Recommended Practice for Software Requirement if you go to the IEEE website and try to purchase this particular document, I guess nowadays it will cost you more than $100. Okay. All right. However, since you pay the campus fee already, all right, as Dr. Choi has mentioned that you are a full-blown full-time students over here, you have all the rights as a student. So you can access our library digital database. Okay, and then we have the IEEE access right. So every student can actually go through that particular library portal and access the IEEE explored digital library, and also the ACF digital library. So you can actually download a lot of very interesting, very useful journal conference papers and also the standard. And that alone, that one standard alone, the market value is more than $100. All right, so I kind of recommend you to use that resource. All right. Oh, by the way, I believe that you guys need to pay the campus fee, and then we do have a very up-to-date, modern student health exercise utility, right? Have you used that one?
Yes.
Okay, it's a wonderful one, right? So for people who live nearby or you want to stop by and visit, you can actually access that one. One thing I noticed that the entrance, they have this scanner for the hands, right?
Yes, correct.
You have to use the hand and then put underneath the scanner, and that allows you to go in. Right. Anyway, so you guys pay for that already, so you might as well just use it. Right. So what kind of utility do they have there? Sort of rock climbing or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of things like rock climbing, then all the gym utilities, all the machineries are there. Also you can play various sports like basketball, badminton, swimming. There are lots of activities. And there are some yoga classes too, so you can go for that too. Anything is like, you just need to register there, it is a registration list, and then you're good to go anytime.
And where do we register?
When you go over there is a test over there, and they will guide you for the registration.
You kind of feel that you would go to Las Vegas, that kind of thing. Really, the faculty cannot go in. Unless we pay too. But anyway, all right. So all those other materials, you don't have to worry about that. I will provide a link or simply, provide a copy for your convenience, simply because you are legally free for you to access. All right. And then another very important one is CMI for development. Okay, version 1.3. That one can be downloaded directly from the CMI organization. All right, there's a free download there, although you need to register. It takes a few seconds to register. All right, and then the next item is probably the most important one, is the schedule. Okay. Yes, it's a little bit tentative over here, simply because I need to still fill some portion of that one. But I already made some important decision on the dates and time, okay, which is important, right? My experience is for the online students to have some kind of discipline in terms of making the deadline is kind of important, okay? Simply because I understand that everyone is very busy, right? So that's the reason why I kind of prefer to have all the deadlines announced on the first day of the class, so to speak. So everybody will be on the same page. Then you know exactly what to expect. Right? So you can see that, for example, week 1, right? Okay. We have the week 1 assignments already, okay? And then basically in week 1, you need to do 2 things. Number 1 thing is you can see that we have some kind of forum discussion. I will explain that one later. What does that mean? Okay, forming project groups. Okay, and then the due date is Sunday, August 28th, 2016, at 11:55 p.m. Right. So in this class, most, if not all, the due dates are all falling to Sunday, 11:55 p.m. Okay. In the past, I say Sunday midnight or Sunday 12 a.m. or whatever. Then people get confused. Well, are you talking about that kind of thing? So I end up with the 11:55 p.m. There's no ambiguity. Okay. Well, it turns out that that is a subtle point later on in terms of this requirement. Hey, come on, you need to use some kind of language to make sure that there is no ambiguity. All right, 11:55 p.m. is a sharp point. All right, it's now 12 a.m. 12 p.m. What are you talking about? Which one? Okay. All right. Anyway, all right. So that's the week one arrangement over there. So let me switch back to the class website to take a look what exactly you need to do in week one. Okay. So over here you can see that this particular icon represents forum. Okay. That means everybody can go in and participate, and then everybody will see what's going on in that forum. Right. Okay, and also I can set a date, the due date already. Sometimes I will set a system to enforce the deadline. For this forming the project group, because the week one is chaotic, so I do not set the hard deadline, I just announce the deadline. Okay? But later on, in most of the other assignments, it will be a hard deadline. Okay? All the way to the second. Okay, well, you guys are suffering. You know that, okay? Right? So you miss 1 second, oops, too bad. All right? Not because I'm mean, okay? Because the system is mean, all right? Okay, so anyway. All right, so what happens is if you miss the deadline, then that link is not available, all right? So you're gonna do anything, right? Okay, so they don't blame on me, all right? So that's the system. All right, so let me think so. Okay, how many minutes do we have? James? 5 minutes. 5 minutes? All right, okay. That's right. Okay, all right. Okay, but anyway, so let me kind of, well, you guys can read that one, all right? Okay, so you can go ahead and read that. I just want to mention that from time to time, I post a lot of FAQs. Okay? In anticipating that you may ask that question, so I kind of say, well, that's the question, that's my answer. I think that will reduce a lot of unnecessary delay, so to speak. Okay, so I kind of encourage you, not require you to read the FAQs, right? All right, but anyway, so I hope that makes myself clear by providing those pieces of information there, so that you can have a good time easier time to form your group, to know more people, right, in the cohort. All right, let me kind of explain a little bit, because Dr. Choice kind of mentioned is an online program. One of the disadvantages obviously is it's not face-to-face type of lecture type of things. In order to compensate that kind of weakness, we have a project group. Okay, but it turns out that I think that actually online provides more opportunity, more bonding effect, so to speak. Okay, for the group, because in the lecture setting, I come here as a lecturer, I spend 50, 75 minutes, blah, 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 and then, sure enough, we have a little bit classroom interaction, but always people in the front row, they're going to raise their hand and answer, right? You on the back, oh, okay, just sit there and enjoy, right? Most of the time. And then you always pick up you always see the right spot, the same spot every time, okay? You probably only know 3, 4 people around you, that's it. You have no idea about the rest of the class, okay? But in our online setting, actually, everybody needs to participate in the discussion. Okay, for example, the first assignment is, let me read through that. Everyone needs to post a short introduction of himself or herself, and suggested not required. Okay, your name, your background, your email, and any other information you prefer. All right, and then you go through this, mechanism and try to figure out, well, can I form a group? Some of you need to show your leadership a bit by contacting your fellow students. Once you have that piece of information, you can say, well, maybe I serve as a, organize a group myself, okay, by contacting people. Leadership is one of the important topics actually embedded in our program, okay. I don't know whether you have realized that, okay. Software business nowadays actually turns into a people business. Kind of a chat with some of you guys before the year. Yes. If you want to make, great profit or whatever, success for your career, in the end, actually, by talking is the best way. Really, really. Okay. And then, so over here, so it's a group project. Hey, organize people, going the people, understand, what's going on in this group dynamic. Actually is part of the training too. Anyway, because of time limitation, I have to stop over here, right? All right, so let's go back to another one, okay? And you can see that in week 5, if you go back and take a look at the syllabus, I don't have a midterm in this class, but I do have one big essay and one big presentation, okay, and then the final. Maybe I should switch back to the syllabus, right? So you can see that on week 5, then your first major essay is due, okay, and then there is an essay requirements. You can actually read that post out already, okay, and then. And then final, over there you can see we have the title, the specific time for the final already. It's a take-home final exam. So I only have about 2-3 minutes left. Let me briefly explain my philosophy in this particular class. Obviously, every professor is, because of this academic freedom, we can encourage that one. Okay, so may have a different kind of format. But on the other hand, in my class, I kind of emphasize 3 things. Okay, the number 1 is your effort. Well, because in this society, everybody's good. Most of the people are really diligent with their work. Okay, so if you don't have an effort, forget it. You cannot compete, right? Simply because there are too many professionals in this small pot. So the number 1 I look for is effort. Number 2 criteria in my grading rubric is your presentation skill. And why? As I mentioned before, the software business, in my opinion, turns into the people business. Really. So how do you work with people? Hey, you need to communicate, you need to present, you need to be a leadership in your organization to persuade people to go that direction. Okay? And then, by the way, software engineering is really soft. Okay? There's no firm rule for all the questions. It always depends. Okay? Then how do you say, hey, this is a good one? You have to convince people that you have to articulate your reason, your vision, your leadership, that kind of thing. Right. So anyway, the second one is the presentation. Yes?
Well, I was going to ask, how does the presentation work?
Okay. You can, over there, your presentation has 2 components. One is your writing, right? Another one is your oral communication. It turns out that the second bigger assignment is the presentation, right? In this presentation, you have to do the presentation PPT and also the video or the MP3. You have to talk in front of your microphone, like I said. Give me 2 more minutes. final, there will be a one presentation problem. Okay, you have to present. Okay, anyway, number three criteria is insights. Your innovative thoughts, your independent opinion. Okay, your way of interpreting things. Okay, don't just copy and paste. Hey, I read that one, so I kind of move forward. People can see through you. It's not yours. Okay, so insight is another most important. These are three things. I guess my time's up. Anyway, we have 15 weeks, 16 weeks to go through that. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So if you have any questions, shoot it to me. So.
Yes.